I'm gonna start with the update first because, but that's the thing I want to talk about. I always want to talk about the books, but that's the thing I need to really talk about. Yes, I don't know. So first off, yesterday's video took 2 hours to upload. I really should monetize my videos. And then at the end of the year, that took 2 hours to upload. I think that'd take a lot longer to talk about. And it's kind of almost not worth it because I'm not getting a whole lot of views on my channel anymore. If I get a comment, it'll be worth it. But I don't know why it was taking 2 hours. This will be my new experiment. I'll see if it's any better. I think it was because of the Wi-Fi. We have 2 Wi-Fi routers because that's how we need it. Because we need one for outside and we need one for inside. So I was on the one that was outside, the ED45 one. It's D143 and ED45. And I guess the 45 one is worse because it actually is worse for me sometimes, and I don't know why. So also at the end of the year, I'm going to be going over every single book that I've gotten this year, which this is 2 of them, like the entire year of 2020. At the end of the year, I'm going to do that. My voice cracked. It will not be the Kindle books, and it will not be these ones because those are impossible to count. At least I have all the trades right there. Cause I put that. If I finish a book, actually some of them I got in 2020 I've sold already, so I can't do those. I can't do justice. I can't do them justice or whatever. And we can technically include the Batman book I gave back to Newberry because Prime Reading decided to, of all books, put Arkham Asylum back on. You know, you couldn't have put what's the one? There's a bunch of them that they've taken off, and I'm like, great. It's not like I wanted to read that or anything. They could have put volume 2 of the Rebirth Batman that I have been trying to find in my library, and eventually just put in Interloan library. That's just great. But okay, so now speaking of Batman, I'm going to talk about these again. And yes, I did a 17-minute long video, but this is going to be an updated video. So there's 1 or 2 stories in this, actually 3 stories, that aren't Batman. Now the first one I get, because it was before his appearance. It was like this Blockbuster character or something like that, or Crimson Avenger, I forget what it was exactly. I guess they just wanted to highlight that. And they do like to include, actually in the Robin one more, but, okay, this Batman story, oh wow. But what's dumb is that it says the never before published sketchbook of Lee Sawyer Swartz, depicting the original layouts for his legendary Batman story from Detective 200. You would think they would collect Detective 200, but they don't. An original story. Ooh, that's cool. Nice. And much, much more. So, this one, there's a couple of stories, and one of them has Batman in it. So I'll show you the cover. And this is really stupid. I don't get why they do that. There was the one that was Detective 64, which also didn't have the Batman story in it, but I have the Joker one, which did. So you'll see, and it even shows them on the cover. I don't want to lose my place. I'm gonna have to. You can see that. I hope I'm doing this right, because it's all with my... Yep. You can see that Batman and Robin are on the cover, but you open the book, and it's just stupid. Which I actually like the story, but I don't know why they did that. Like, collect both. It's almost a ripoff. I'm almost glad. I'm glad that this is not the one I spent my money on. Speaking of spending money on the books, there was the Batman one by... I didn't get it because... not only was it a little bit pricier at the time, it was too pricey. But also, I looked it up later on and did not do good. It was a night out, and I swear to God, I saw it at Newberry for $30 when the list price is $40. But that was their list price, and it wasn't like it was any percentage off. Like how much percent would that be? I don't know, but it wasn't like it was anything like that. So this one, the only thing I don't, that and this, it has a lot of books I had before, but I'll get to that later. I actually can't see it as much anymore. Oh, it's right here. I'm gonna try and get it so where you guys can see it really good. Okay, so if you can see, I hope you guys can see. There's a little bit of like water damage. Yeah, I can see it from here. And if I can see it with my terrible vision, I'm sure you guys can, or at least I hope you guys can. Now this one, I just realized, comes with more than 100 pages of never before reprinted material. That is awesome. It says including, that's weird. A flashback to Dick's final training in Batman Chronicles, The Gauntlet. Oh, does that mean it's not the full issue? I hate when they do that too. That was another thing I talked to you guys about. Like, they should just include the entire... I don't care if it's, oh, Joker was only one part of Batman 1, so we can't have a whole Batman 1. I didn't really like that story, so I'm glad they didn't include that whole book. It was like the back in the day, when it was like back in the 40s, like really back in the day, they handwrote the comics, and their handwriting was atrocious. So you barely could read it. It was legible, but some words would squish into others, so they'd say, hello, Batman, and the O would be with the B, so it looked like hell, but oh, Batman. You know, it looked weird. That was actually, sometimes I don't do a good job of explaining it, but that was really good. Alright, Tim's brush with gun violence and sophomore lethal. Nice. And it's Robin 25 to 26, which I didn't have. I thought I did, but I don't. A pre-crisis Jason Todd versus Crazy Quilt in Detective Comics 535. A hostage negotiation at an amusement park in No More Heroes, Batman 466, and much more. So that definitely made it worth the price. And just now is a little bit cheaper on Amazon. I'd have to wait a day. I should have tried to get a replacement for that. It's not terrible, but it looks like it kind of, like they may have like spilt like not a whole, like maybe like this much of like this is the cup, and they spilt like maybe this much of the cup on the book, but it was only like on the side. I don't know if that's what it was, but it looks like that. Oh, and I also got the celebration of 75 years, which I was glad to get, because now I have all the Robin. I like getting these ones. You might be thinking to yourself, like, oh, why are you getting these books? Whoa. Oh. Maybe thinking to yourself, I thought it was like a comics where it's like stupid figures. And I say stupid figures. If you guys get figures, I'm not saying you're stupid for getting figures, obviously. It's just my opinion. Alright, I gotta do... Amazon is being stupid, and I don't know what I'm talking about. So I gotta be more specific. Oh my god, you still don't know what I'm talking about, Amazon? Technically, it's not called a celebration of 80 years, I get it, but I put Boy Wonder. That's the keyword, you idiots. Finally. Yeah, it's actually $23 now. Get tunes tomorrow, November 4th, and I'm not even signed into Prime. I told you guys can go back to my Marvel's Companion video and talk about that book. It's a haul video. To get that whole thing. It's a long story. But, I think that was about it. I should keep this video relatively short. It's already 8 minutes? What the hell? I swear to God, it feels like not even 5 minutes. It's like half the time. Okay, so I should hurry up, because I don't want to... Well, it's going to take 10 years to upload anyways. I hope it doesn't. So... all in all, I like these kinds of books because you get, like, stories from each of the books. And sometimes it's not in part 5, because the part 5 of Dying Game is in that Robin's 75 years book. And, which is a little annoying. But sometimes I'll get, like, books like, you know, the first appearance of this character. And did I do that right? I did do that right, nice. Oh, yeah, I should look at the... Yep, number 66. His first appearance of Two-Face. So you can get first appearances, too. The Robin one doesn't seem like as much, and I wish they would replace the 6 that I already had with Robin's first appearances, like as a Nightwing as Robin, Jason Todd, I think they already have, so I'm not going to include that, but I don't think they do. I don't know. But, That Second Chances book, I'm still glad I got, because it's a damn good book so far. I stopped reading it because I have to, because what I'm doing right now before I got that Batman one, so I'm reading that one right now. But before I get that Batman Volume 2 of the Rebirth series, I'll be reading this, that, and the Joker book, because I have a bunch of those. So I'll be going in order of that. And then, like, I'll be going from 1939 to 1940s, 1950s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and so on and so forth. So, like a whole history of Batman. There's also a definitive history of Batman book that I kind of want, but I will admit I've been skipping over the whole write-ups that, like, Burt Ward did. Actually, I haven't read the Robin one yet, so... Because that one's, like, mid to late 40s. And Detective 38 I already read. I'm probably going to sell that Face Finley edition, because the stories after the Batman one, there's a reason why they don't collect them in any of these collections. Not only because they didn't have Batman and Robin in it, which I knew they wouldn't, but because they're not as good. So that's about it. I'm going to try and do that. It's gonna be at the end of the year, so it's going to include my Christmas presents. Ooh, future. It's kind of funny to think about, like, that I don't even have all the comics I'm going to have for this year. And it's November. No, not November. I cannot wait till Christmas. And what I call Thanksmas, because we have Thanksgiving, Christmas at Thanksgiving at my grandmother's house, because she's the one that takes me to the library, that she goes to the, which kind of sucks, because I can't go at that point unless I beg my parents, but she can, or go during the weekend, but she and my grandfather go to Florida for the winter, but because of COVID, they're not going anywhere near Florida. Yeah, that's about it. I like these books. I just don't like that the Batman one and presumably the others, I don't know about the others, but they don't collect, the Batman stories in the Detective Comics. I don't know why they don't. Like, the person is that stupid. I don't mean to make fun of them or anything, but, like, they're really that stupid. They're like, oh, there's this Detective Comics, I'm not gonna look. Like, maybe, and I understand maybe if I should do like a visual representation. So, this is Detective Comics. I'm not gonna look at this as Batman. It has Batman in it, or the ones that we got from wherever the Batman stories. I should have just done that first. If I had editing software, I would have just done that. Just to cut that, cut that, and just and I could call the awkward pauses. But I like these books. It doesn't collect the Batman stories in Detective Comics. And some of them I have, which is a nitpick. But the Robin one really should have collected the first appearance of all the Robins. Is that so hard? Is that allowed to ask for? Like, replace the ones that I already had with, or just like the first appearance of Jason Todd ever. Just have that one, because that was I'm pretty sure that was in Second Chances. Was it? I'm gonna look that up, because I want to say it's not, but I want to say it is too. Forced, can't spell. No. Oh yeah, that Fight Club 3. I might be getting. I hope I can get that finish up my Preacher collection next week. I don't think so. No, Batman 357. So it's not his first appearance. So they don't even collect that. And even as Robin, they don't collect. Or do they? Let's see. I vaguely remember, saying that Batman 366 was in here. But it probably isn't. See, I don't get that. Like, is that really that hard to do? No, 368. Wait, what the hell? Why did they collect 395 before 368? And then 394, too. What the hell? Oh, I'm doing Batman. It's Batman 368 and Detective Comics 394, 395. I was gonna say, there's gotta be some kind of catch, because I was saying it was 1969, not 69. And then the Batman one was 1984. So yeah, it doesn't even collect the first appearance, because that was I did 368. Yeah, 366. I don't get it. I really don't. I guess it's super hard for them to do. I guess it's so hard, you know, just to collect the first appearances of all the Robins instead of the ones I already had, and just random ones. Because I don't think Batman Incorporated is anything other than it has Batman and Robin in it in the New 52. I don't get it. Alright, I'm gonna stop this video. This is already the same length as yesterday's video. So, to summarize, I'm going to summarize, this might as well. I'm going to summarize, I like these books, I summarized a bunch of times. They don't like the first appearances of Robin, any of the Robins, except for the Dick Grayson Robin. And they don't, and the Detective one had some non-Batman stories in it, but not the Batman story in Detective Comics, that same issue. And that's about it. And, oh yeah, and at the end of the year, I'm going to be going over every single book that I have. That's probably going to end up being an hour-long video. And I will not be going over the comics that are in the collections, because that'll make it a 5-hour video. And I don't think you guys want to sit through that. I'm pretty sure I was good about saying which each book collects, but I don't know. It may or may not. It all depends. But that's it.